this was a much better way for projects to, you know, pursue that go to market, and they're much better positioned to do that. So today we still have we announced base batches 002 at the end of September, September 29th. So that's ongoing at the moment. We are coming up on some deadlines. So if you're a builder, listen up, do check out basebatches.xyz. But we've got two tracks this time. We've got the startup track, which is for products who have been on been building for a while. They've already got an app built. They're getting some users, but they want to get to that next phase. So basically, that's the startup track. The deadline for that is actually Friday. So if you've got a good project, it's on base, or you're thinking about getting it on base, and this is the way to do that, I would recommend going for the startup track, submitting on DevFolio, and that will allow you then potentially, if you get through there, you will be accepted into a live demonstration at DevConnect. So we'll get you sent out there, and you'll be able to demo your project to people at DevConnect, which would be super cool. Those who don't know what DevConnect is, it's on in Argentina this year, a huge Ethereum conference. And yeah, it'd be really great to have some people there. And then we also have the builder track. So just on the startup track, deadline Friday, the end of Friday. Builder track, we have until next Friday, which is for pre-product teams. So teams that have been, maybe you started dabbling in creating a project this month, you haven't really gone to market yet. This is a really good opportunity for you to get into the Incubate program, our incubator program. We're accepting up to 100 teams this year. So really a big cohort of teams getting in. You'll gain access to virtual mentorship and feedback, and get any support you need to launch your V1 or your project. And yeah, that's the builder track. The builder track submission deadline is October 24th, I believe, next Friday. And then we also have, this is important to note just for today, if any of you are mid project, October 15th today is our midpoint submission for the builder track. And anyone who gets it in today or before today will be able to access a special mentorship group to help cater and bring their application to the next level before the deadline as well. So if you're thinking about it, do check it out. And yeah, that's the main spiel here. So sorry, there's a lot thrown at you guys there. I'll definitely pin something to the Jumbotron so you guys can check it out and get more viewership on it. And yeah, ultimately, really excited to see some projects here apply this year. I can't wait to see what's cracking by the end of the year. Because ultimately, a lot of these projects will bring their product to the next level in November, December, maybe even 2026. It's their claim to fame. So yeah, that's it from me. Base Junkie, do you have any questions for me first?
Yes, absolutely. Well, first of all, just a comment. Like, when I was earlier in this year, when I was interviewing all the base regional leads, there was a common thread for problems and challenges that builders typically face, and that's funding and visibility, distribution. So I think the whole base batches initiative, where you can compete, get funding, and then get more visibility. I remember seeing the base batches one being streamed on the base account and getting tens of thousands of views. So really, it is, for anybody listening, it is rocket fuel. It is rocket fuel. If you're building something good, seize the moment, seize the opportunity, um, because there are resources to propel you to the next level. Um, this the starter one, this is very interesting for me personally because of, as you know, I'm working on Fireside, so I will be submitting for that this Friday. In terms of like how projects are judged, do you have any insights to criteria, like how you're
Yeah,
scoring
like
these projects?
there's no direct criteria. Like, I mean, in past we've done lots of mini app type stuff, but we're really leaving this open. Obviously, there's a huge mini app opportunity at the moment within the base app. So, anything that is in the mini app or having a mini app component will definitely be helpful towards any of your applications. But ultimately, we're just looking for apps that will, change the world. Find a problem in this world today that can be improved using on-chain tech. And I mean, there are so many of every, to be honest, all the builders I speak to, that's the main core, belief in their project is they've seen an issue in today's world on chain solves that. So I think that's a big thing. We always look for wow factor. Of course, things that look great are always helpful, but ultimately, things that are easy to use, easy to understand, and really will have that potential to go viral. So I think you're onto something with Fireside for sure, Base Junkie, and I can't wait to join in on a space there soon. I think I'm well overdue. But yeah, that's the main thing. So think about aesthetics. Think about your value add, your value proposition. What are you changing in this world? And ultimately, yeah, create something that has a bit of hype around it. But yeah, I think it really is a wide ranging category. Of course, in the startup track, it's a little bit more product on the market. We're kind of looking at like traction already. But with the builder track, it's really wow factor. What can change the world?
Incredible stuff. And I see in the audience we have some solid projects. I see Thomas from Drawcast. Please request to come up. In fact, Thomas was the first person I actually met at Basecamp. I met him before the event by chance, just in a little diner by the airport. He was just leaving, and I saw his base T-shirt. I'm like, wait a second, are you here? Are you based? And then we just got to chatting, and he told me about Drawcast. I'm like, oh my goodness, it just seems like a fun, easy to use, engaging app. So Thomas, please do request to come up. I also see Weeping Plebs. Now, Weeping Plebs have got a full-on first-person shooter game, bringing on different IP projects. I know you guys have been building for a long time. I'm honored to have a Topi in there. So I would also love to hear from you. Base Flip as well. That is solid. Simple heads or tails, double up or not. Test your, just a little bit of fun, a bit of DGen fun. So these are some of the builders I see in the audience. If you are also looking to submit to base batches, do request. We want to hear from you. But I see we have our first speaker of the day, Thomas. How are you today?
Hi everyone. I'm super pumped to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
And just to add to this as well, so welcome, Thomas. Thank you so much for coming. So Thomas is one of the main participants in Base Batches 01, created Drawcast, a brilliant kind of picture guesser game. Maybe I might be botching it there, but you can explain more on it, Thomas. But ended ultimately going to the network school in off Singapore and bringing his product to the next level. And definitely Drawcast, you see it everywhere now. It's one of the most used apps on Farcaster. And now Thomas is also a base ambassador for Hungary. So he's leading the charge in Hungary, in Budapest. And really excited to always speak with Thomas and have him here. I'm really glad that Base Junkie, your first connection there in Vermont at Base Camp was Thomas, because I don't think you could meet a better person in the community.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, maybe I can start a bit about me. So I'm not a developer. I'm coming from a marketing and product background, been in crypto since 2017, then joined full time in 2021, I think. I was the product lead at APY Vision, which is a DeFi analytics tool. Then around 2 years ago, I decided, okay, I want to build like consumer facing on-chain apps. So I quit my job and kind of try to explore what I can build. It was like way before mini apps. I think even frames weren't around back in the days. So yeah, and in 2025, I was like, okay, I'm gonna challenge myself. I'm gonna build like 12 apps within a year. Trying to force myself to build and ship, which can be challenging because you need to be consistent. And I think the fourth app I built was Drawcast actually, and I kind of stuck with it because it got meaningful traction. So within I think a week or so, it got a couple of hundred users. So I was like, okay, I might be onto something, and people like started reaching out to me like, how cool this app is it? I was like, okay, I thought it's just the next stupid idea I'm building, but it seems like people are liking it. So um, I kept building it, and eventually ended up applying for base batches.
Amazing, amazing. So yeah, thank you so much, Thomas, once again. I'd love to hear a little bit more on your story and like some of the experiences that you had as you went through base batches 01. Firstly, how did you find, how did you find taking like Drawcast was already created, but you found it like maybe talk about some of your challenges at that time, and then also how batches then helped you progress to the next level.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So I think as a builder, when you're building a product, you face different challenges in different stages. So in the early stage, you try to find first users, get feedback, get to product market fit, and I think that happened in May. I kind of figure out the core value proposition of the app thanks to building in the Farcaster and the base app ecosystem. So I was able to tap into user base, get some users. Um, so it definitely helped me. I think the fact that it's a mini app, it's kind of inherently gets users because they are integrated in the social feed, and it got some traction. That's great. Got some feedback, so I was able to move on. I was talking to users all the time to figure out what's wrong, why they hate the app, why they like the app. So again, collecting feedback and incorporating them into the app. So that was a very quite intense period in May and June while the base batches was running, and also after uh, Drawcast won the track, the next phase started. I had to figure out how to scale it up a bit better. And my main focus was still fixing or like improving the core mechanism of the app. I decided not to add more stuff to the app because it's super easy to fall into the build trap. You just keep adding more features, but honestly, that's not the solution. Most of the time, you need to find the core that works and kind of double down on that. Um, yeah, so I think like base batches gave like a huge visibility to Drawcast. It was just an awesome experience, when I went to base camp this year, and when I introduced myself, like, and what I told people what I'm building, they said, "Oh, Drawcast, I know, I'm playing it all the time." And it's such a good feeling, like when you build something and people like it. And I think base batches is nothing like anything I have seen before. I think the classic hackathon model is dead because what usually happens is people go to a conference, they build something, get the prototype, meet the requirements, get the prize, and they just move on to the next thing. And while I think yes, some great projects are emerging from Drawcast, like Drawcast from hackathons, like Uniswap and other DeFi project. But the problem is the success rate. People are not moving to the next stage. And what I like about base batch is that okay, it has like a build-a-thon period where you build the product, and then you can just the whole program is created to move you to the next stage, and it kind of guides you through the early stages of your product development. And if you are building something that people want, then you will see success, and you can just go to the next stage, and you reach a point where you have momentum, and you just keep building and not caring about farming the next hackathon, right? You just want to be the great product, and then maybe make a business from it. So yeah, and I think going to network school was like a next level thing. Um, First, I was able to meet other people who are actually building stuff on Base. This was my first time because I'm kind of living in my cave and haven't really met like any of my internet friends for a while. So it was great to connect with people there. I think the atmosphere there is great. Everyone is building, everyone is pushing hard to build something cool. And when you are in network school, you have to take care of your project and yourself. So you exercise, you 100% lock in, and you just build your stuff. I had like uh, huge progress with the products. So I highly recommend, like if you have a product or about to just build one, definitely apply for base batches because it can help you a lot, and you have nothing to lose.
Amazing, amazing. That's quite the story. I think it's going from the beginning to the end. With the network school, like, what were some of the pieces that because I haven't been there yet. I actually have questions myself. I would love to go and check it out. But like with the ability, because every time, I think all of us are trying to balance a healthy lifestyle as well as a motivated lifestyle to build projects. What do you find, like, what was the kind of regime like in terms of food and exercise, and how did that then free up your time then to go build and feel good about yourself?
Yeah, so when you are in network school, you are in this special startup or tech bubble where you don't have to worry about like basic things like, okay, what I'm gonna eat for dinner, and okay, like who is doing the dishes. Because this was actually a thing I had to realize when I came back home and was like, oh, I need to take care of the dishes from now on. Because when you are in network school, you are actually in a hotel, so you get breakfast, you get lunch, you get dinner, and really you can dedicate the rest of the time building and going to the gym. Nothing is like mandatory there, so you can do whatever you want. Obviously, you are among like really um, ambitious people, and you just feel like it's not like peer pressure because everyone is like motivated, but when you see people just working around you, you want to work as well because they're really motivating. So you are like 100% focusing on your stuff, on your body. And I felt so great when I was there. I felt like much healthier. Obviously it was exhausting, so when I came back from network school, I had to like take a week off because I was so exhausted. Because usually, I'm not an introvert, not an extrovert, so I have a certain introvert credits, and I was like maxing out the opportunity. So I never ate alone. I always like joined someone, and like always like if I met someone, I just chatted. But at some point at the end, I was like super tired, and I was just want to lock in my cave and just spend some time alone. But honestly, it was such a great experience because I met so many people, and I consider like a great chunk of them my friends. So it's just such a great experience.
Love that, and I think that really describes ultimately how we're all looking at how to solve problems with on-chain tech. And one thing we decided is like, how are we going to solve the hackathon problem with batches? And I think from everyone listening here, you can see that it's a much better style. It's global. It's always on, and we're looking for the best projects out there. So if you are building a project, be sure to check the link that I put in the jumbotron above. But yeah, thanks, Thomas. I think it'd be really interesting then to hear Base
You
Junkie.
know,
Like, do you have any
then just
questions
stay
as
still.
someone who's considering and probably will apply to Base Batches 02? Is there any questions you have for Tomas that you might have around your own application or experiences even?
Yeah. So first of all, I just want to give like something he said, something Thomas you said earlier. I just thought was quite profound, and I think it's advice that can be used for everybody. And he said, find a core that serves and double down on that. And I think that's brilliant because I think when I found it in myself, like with this Fireside app, which TLDR, it's spaces for the base app with integrated payments. Like I find myself thinking and overthinking like how to make it like improve this, or what happens if we do this tokenomics, or what happens if we add this, that, the other. But at the end of the day, sometimes less is more, and if you really focus on those, the core that serves, yeah, I think that was a really profound statement. But my question, I guess, would be for myself and for anybody who can benefit from your experiences. Um, what would be your what would be your advice um, for like just getting started and submitting something?
Yeah. When I started building, honestly, I wanted to give up like 10 times. Sometimes new setbacks are really like cruel. You feel like you are not going anywhere. So what I'm like recommending like anyone building is, it's like life. It comes in waves. So when you feel like you are in hell, you just need to go through it really. And it's gonna work out. If it's not the current project, but it's gonna maybe the next one or the one after that. You just keep pushing, and that's one thing. And yeah, I think in general, like when you're building an app, think about something that can be a habit forming app. So something people come back to it, not just like a one time wonder, but something people want to come back and like play or use every day. That's really important for retention, because there's one challenge to get users. The next one is how to like keep them coming back. So think about like how to retain your users and how to make it like a habit forming app. um yeah, and try as many things as you can, really. Drawcast was just like a shower idea, and here we are. So it doesn't matter how like stupid the idea or how simple the idea is, just try it out and you will see um where it takes you.
Amazing. And last question from me before we pass it over to one of our next speakers. Will you be submitting something for base batches too, or are you sticking with Drawcast?
um I'm kind of focusing on Drawcast. I have other ideas as well. um I decided to submit Drawcast for base batches too because it had like real traction. It also like generating revenue, so it's like a totally different app right now than it was a couple of months ago. But I'm like I have like a running list of ideas, like 26 or 27 ideas I want to build, and I want to pick one or two this year and just try them out and see if they are something worth like working on.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Thomas, for your insights, sharing your experience from applying to base batches, going through it, and going all the way to network school. I think that's really aspirational for a lot of builders at different stages here. Yeah, thank you for your
Yeah,
time.
thanks so much for having me. And if you are like, if anyone here is planning to build a mini app or got stuck, just feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help in any way I can. So yeah, thanks for having me.
Legend. All right. Well, shall we pass the ball over to our next speaker for today?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that, Tomas. I think you've inspired a good few people here in the audience and anyone who listens in afterwards. So really thank you for sharing that experience. But yeah, but Junkie, yeah, I think, look, I mean, that's the main segment on the batches part. Anyone who has any questions about it or considering, firstly, just go for it. You know, there's nothing to lose. You may as well do an application. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me. Or even in this call, if you're up speaking next, ask me some questions. Feel free to do so. But yeah, let's crack on with the rest of the show.
Amazing. All right. Well, I think our next speaker for today is OWB Studio. Welcome to the show.
Hey, it's Slav from OWB Studio, and we are excited to participate in Base Patches 2. We are preparing the submission of our strategy game Clash of Coins. I hope to release it today. And like the long-term plan is to, actually the short-term plan is to create an amazing mobile experience inside of mini app on base app. Hopefully also bring our 30K daily active users gradually to base app. Well, I hope the invite feature will be here soon and the whole app goes public. Uh, well, in terms of the long-term plan, we are developing the new NFT meta layer and also closely working on building more utility for our OWB token. Uh, Thank you, guys.
Okay, so you mentioned two things that I wanted to just follow up on. First of all, what is Clash of Coins?
So clashofcoins.com. That's a strategy game on base that has been live since December. We have around 500,000 registered players and like a stable 30K daily active users, uh, loyal user base. Um, yeah, and we are porting it to mini app for base app for the base patches.
I mean, those user metrics are definitely impressive. Um, sorry, it's a strategy game. That's a website. Is it like is it bringing like different like memes compete with each other or like
Oh, sure.
imagine that? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So it's a browser strategy game you can play from any device. Around 80% of our users right now play from PC or Mac, and like around 20% from mobile devices. You can play from any device and any browser. And you compete with other players, and around like from 2 to 3 thousand of players play at the same time, like every minute. So it's CCU, and like the whole user base is split into different copies of Planet Earth, with around 200 players competing for the same map. So you capture pieces of the planet, you build towers with different classes, you cooperate with your friends, compete with other players, earn points within the game, participate in monthly seasons that we run, something like that.
Well, first of all, I must say that the connection was a little bit spotty, so I think I missed a few words. But from what I was able to gather, like it sounds like a fun game, and those users, I mean, 30K daily active users. That's really solid. Um, is this the first base batches that you'll be applying to?
Yes.
All right, man. Well, yeah, I think that's. I mean, do you have any questions for Evan or Thomas about base batches?
Yeah, sure. So at the start of the call, there was a mention of some midpoint. So was there any midpoint that we missed for the startup track? That's the first question.
So on the first question, thanks so much, OWB. So thank you for applying to Beige Batches, or at least starting your application. So there is no midpoint for the startup track. The midpoint is only for the builder track, which is, and that midpoint is today, October 15th. But ultimately, that the deadline for builder track is October 24th. But if you're going for the startup track, which is absolutely the right way for you guys, the applications close on Friday, so that's when they finish, and then you'll be notified hopefully next week or the week after, and ultimately, if you're accepted, you'll be invited to a demo day at DevConnect on November 19th.
Yeah, thank you. So the second question is there any Telegram or maybe Discord community for builders who participate in base batches 2 to ask some technical questions or something related to uh, minikit and like base app API?
Yeah, so at the moment, the best way to contact our DevRel team is through base Discord, and using the developer support window. But if you connect with me afterwards, so basically open a ticket there, and then we'll be able to work with you on that. You can share all the details or issues that you might be having, and we'll get our DevRel team in there to help you.
Thank you very much.
Nice one. So yeah, back to you, Base Junkie. But yeah, really excited for Clash of Coins. Can't wait to see more of it and play it as well. Actually, I need to play, so need to spend more time playing these games.
You're working too hard, man. That's what it is. But all right, let's keep this party rolling. I see we got some more requests to the mic, so let's part.
Network. I'm a manager of a reflection project. And yeah, recently, last month, we launched also on the base network. Um, so yeah, we take taxes and reward people with USDC on the base network. The only problem is we lack a bit of volume and exposure. So that's why I'm exploring the space and stuff like that. So yeah.
All right,
um,
and so you're saying the issue is lack of volume, lack of awareness, is it?
Yes, yes, yes. So that's where we're working on
What's up,
right now.
everyone? I'm
So
on
we are at the
base patches
70K market cap
games
right now. So
everywhere.
we're pretty
Getting
small cap.
started in the morning.
So we're pretty new to base. So we're also
Base
exploring into Farcaster and making our app in there. Our devs are working on
finished
that
a lot
from today
of
on.
streaming this morning.
So yeah, I'm excited to be here and to build on base and to meet everybody. And we're also having staking. So if people, other projects want to stake with us, they can contact us and we can open a staking pool for them.
All right, man. Well, if you're looking for visibility and traction, base batches could be a good opportunity for that. And if you are building like apps to connected to your project, I think it could be a good fit. Definitely worth um, entering at least. So,
Yeah,
thank.
I just found out about this, so I will read about it and apply for it later on today.
All right, perfect. All right, well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, let's keep this party rolling. And I see the next person up on the mic is Dev Royale from Talent XYZ. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, GM, everybody. Hope I'm being heard.
Yep, loud and clear.
All right, great. So yeah, I'm Devriel, and I'm representing Talents. Yeah, I'm the founder and builder of Talents. I'm speaking directly from the West Africa base ecosystem. Yeah, I'm building on the base West Africa ecosystem here in Nigeria. So yeah, this is what Talent is about. We'll be building it for some months now. So yeah, I'll be putting it up at the base batch for the startup track. So Talent is a Web3 freelance platform like Upwork and Fiverr, but now it's powered by the blockchain, such that every jobs that is being put out there for freelancers to get on board are powered by a whole smart contract thing. So right now it's live on the base mainnet, also on the Monad testnet. So we are building it as a multi-chain platform. You can check it out right there from my bio Talent. So yeah, everything has been going smoothly. Just some runtime error and trying to like fix up stuff. And so yeah, everything is fine. I just let me request for the mic and also tell people about what we're building right here from Talent.
Well, thank you for coming on and sharing what you are building. Are you going to be submitting it to base batches?
Yeah, I'll be doing that. I'll be applying for the startup track.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck, man. Nothing to lose. Awesome. All right. I see we've got some more requests coming on. I think, maybe America's waking up, or that side of the world is. But let's pass it over to uh, the homie over at Weeping Plebs. Welcome to the show, man. Dude, honestly, that is so sick. I mean, I need to get onto your game. I mean, and first of all, I'm incredibly flattered that I'm in the game. Like, it's just so cool. But before I fanboy out, can you tell everybody what Weeping Plebs is and Copeville and what you are building? So, two questions. Like, first, how long have you been building it? And did you say that this is open to play now? Okay, so yeah, it's a long time in the works. But to be honest, to get a game out in what, a year and a half, that's pretty impressive. Incredible stuff. I've seen the gameplay. I've never played yet. I'm going to give it a go today. That's for sure. See if I can play as that bass junkie Topi. Um, is your Are you planning to do any tournaments or anything? Is there anything coming down the line? Well, I'll just say it, like we'll be happy to donate some Topis to the prize pool. All right, man. Well, I'll get to training tonight. So that's it. Yeah, facts. Well, dude, thank you for coming on, and thank you for sharing more about Weeping Plebs. By the way, I just want to say to all the speakers who've said something, please do pin something to the jumbotron so that people can follow up if they want to learn more about your project. So cool, man. So cool. All right. Well, we do try and keep these to the hour, like military time, and I see we have a few more speakers to get through. So let's keep this party rolling. And the next project I saw up was meme coin predictions.
Hey, thanks for bringing me up. I really appreciate that. Just got a question, if I may, for you both. We've applied for the base batches to start up, and I just wanted to find out further down the line. Were we to get further down the line? Last time with base batches 1, you had the online section where you did everyone did a sort of video, 1-2 minute video around their project. Is that something that we need to be preparing for this time? Because obviously I want to spend enough time on it to polish it and make sure it's really good.
Hey there, have you gone through the application process yet?
Yes, we've got the confirmation that it's all gone through. So just looking forward to seeing how we get on.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, no, so I don't think there's anything on the video side just yet. I haven't seen anything or any plans that we have on that. So ultimately, any type of video or footage that you do have of your project for the startup track, it's probably good to have. But it isn't a core requirement at this stage.
That's okay. That's cool. Just wanted to make sure. Obviously, you want to make sure we do a good job on anything that we put out. So
Yeah, and just
yeah,
double
check
check
it out.
the application process just in case there is anything there. I don't think there is, but there might be. Maybe I'm overlooking it. So, but nothing that I've seen. Okay. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So,
We did that too. I was thinking more about like the promotional videos that people did when they had the little online interview with Jesse and the guys at that point. No, that's cool. That's cool, man.
all good. That all makes sense.
Yeah. Everything makes sense. No, that's cool. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, solid question. All right, well, let's. Did you want to share briefly about meme coin predictions, or should we keep the party rolling?
Up to you entirely. I mean, I know you're short on time, so I wanted to make sure. I just wanted to get that question in. Happy to talk about it, but I know there's plenty of other people, so maybe if people want to just come and follow our X account, and maybe there's another time where we can mention stuff a bit more.
Perfect, and very cordial of you. And make sure to pin something to the jumbotron so people can follow up.
Yeah, sure.
So
I'll try and work out how to do that.
legend. Well, I'll tell you that. So go to the tweet you want to share, and then on the far right of the options like of that tweet, there's that 3 dot share button. And then at the top of you click that, and then at the top of that list, it will say share to Base Batches Breakfast Show Spaces.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Thank you. Appreciate that.
All good. All right, let's pass it over to the next speaker, Jake Base. Welcome to the show.
Do you agree with everyone? I just want to ask a quick question about how to build on base and how to get a base ground.
All right. So I mean, on building on base, what are your main questions? Of course, there's a whole lot of things you could ask. Like, do you have anything specifically that you're working on? Maybe you can share your project, or
Yeah,
what?
a mining app. I want to build a mining app on base app.
Okay, amazing. So yeah, you should definitely check out MiniKit. I don't know if you are familiar with our website, but if you go to base.org, you'll be able to find a load of resources for all different types of dev tooling that we have. We have on base build, if you click into that, you'll see a section for mini apps, and that will have everything about MiniKit and how you can build using MiniKit. So you might have an app already, or you can build an app from scratch utilizing MiniKit, and that will be available then inside in the base app itself once you launch your mini app.
What of base grants?
Yeah, so we have a pretty global grants process, but it depends on the region you're in, Jake. I think if you're in, do you mind sharing where you are? Because we basically have a bunch of country leads, so people from different parts of the world who support projects on the ground, and they support projects with grants as they speak with them, and see some track record of building. Is there any
I'm in
specific?
US.
You're in the US. Okay, well, I can
I'm
connect you with
in
the
yeah.
I can connect you with our leads in the US who can support you then. So maybe can you
Okay.
drop me a message on Twitter and I'll connect you.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do that now.
Good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, would love to hear more. Do you know what you're going to build?
Yeah, I know. That's sure.
Great stuff. Great stuff. So keep sharing
Yeah,
anyway once you know, and yeah, we'll be there to help you.
awesome. Well, look, I see we have one more speaker
I got a follow
for
back box
today.
from you.
Oh,
All right. I see we have one more speaker. Thank you, Jake, for coming on with your questions. Let's pass it over to Nick from Loomlay. Welcome back, man.
Hey guys, the sound check. Can you hear me well?
yes, yes.
Oh, nice, so nice. Okay, guys, I'm so excited to be at this space, and actually, I don't have a lot of question. I just wanted to share my experience participated during base batches one. Just give me a second. I wanna send a tweet here. This kind of endorsement for everyone here listening right now. That guys, you don't need to wait. Just go right now and register for base batch 002 because it will open doors to basic system for you. But let's get back to my story. So you may know that base batch 001, they were held at, I think in May, probably in May. And the time I also was a Lumley team member, but because of my occupation of doing growth and marketing, sometimes I provide some consultations to projects, and one friend of mine just asked me, Nick, what do you think how we should grow right now with our idea? How should we verify that idea? The idea was very simple: how to sell content on chain, private content on chain, and for that time, I just told them, guys, go to base batches. Right now, basic system is evolving, and they're looking for for fresh blood, for good projects, and participating in base batch 001, you will definitely verify your idea and will it work or not. You will get the answer to the question, will it work or not. And the result of that base batches participation was a winning spot. We won I think we won the first or second place for the consumer sub in Europe. And after that, immediately, guys, this is where beauty starts. After that, immediately, we were promoted to the base accelerator. And that 4 weeks of very, very high intensity, different sessions from a lot of base leadership team. Even Jesse gave his personal outreach workout, oh sorry, not workout, but workshop about how to build on base, and he told a lot of his personal stories. And this accelerator, this kind of jump start for any startup right now, for any newborn founder, for any newborn builder, guys, you will get a lot of interesting insights. You will definitely build your personal network of connections with the base ecosystem level leaders, and you will definitely find out the answer to your question, just like, does your idea for your project is verified right now, and is it necessary for the community, for the users, or maybe you need to switch to something else. So this is my take on base batches 001, and I definitely suggest anyone listening this space at least try to apply to base batches 002 to share the experience and the spirit and the culture of base and what base is doing right now on chain. Thanks guys for listening to me. Hope I didn't took too much time.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, I think it's really
If
really
anyone
valuable.
if anyone want to ask me some questions right now, so just like from the guy who was participating in base batch 001, what to expect or something like that, I'm open just like maybe a couple of 2 minutes, maybe more, guys who is
Yes.
listening to this space.
Yeah, be sure to ask Nick. Nick has, yeah, as you can see, what's posted in the jumbotron. He's got his story on base batches 002, or on batches 001, and why you should apply to batches 002. So, yeah, thank you for sharing your experience, Nick. I think it's really valuable to hear those inside stories that allow projects to get to that next level. So definitely, if anyone has any questions, be sure to connect with Nick and find out what they did and how you might be able to get into base batches 02.
Yeah, guys,
So
thanks for this endorsement. Yeah, okay, giving my mic to someone else. Thanks.
I actually do have one question. I don't know whether it's Nick or Evan would be able to better answer it. But regarding Fireside, so right now we've been in the beta stage. So we've been hosting some small test groups, just getting it working robustly. But we haven't done any sort of marketing push. So if the starter track is based on metrics, obviously like ours are still in like the testing pool, like the metrics are very low. Would it be better to apply for the builder track because we're building an infrastructure and it's still currently in development, or do you think the starter track is the more appropriate one?
Yeah, I think the main piece here, yeah, that's a good question. Like we get this a lot. So like I know on paper it basically says like the project should be built during base batches, but if you're in a phase of you hadn't released your project, you're working towards things but you haven't really got the traction yet, the builder track is the one for you. The one thing we have been looking for is that that there has been significant growth or things added to your project during the track, so it wasn't like you just came in with the same product, but that you've actually been building on top of things. So if you show good track record of building during the hackathon or the global buildathon, it should be no problem. Batches or builder track would be the one for you. Otherwise, the startup track would be for those who are really have had product beforehand and have been progressing really well. The startup track is for them.
Actually, what I can add to Evan's answer is just when you are selecting the track for your project, just like think about your final goals, what you wanted to reach during participating in the hackathon, and what you wanted to, let's say, to check. Yeah, so it depends a lot of that, and that should influence on what to select for yourself. Thanks.
Yeah, I think over these past few days we've reached our MVP. Like the app is functional. Like if you're on Farcaster or Base App, in fact, it doesn't work so great on Base App yet. There's still some beta issues there. But on Farcaster, if you go to Fireside, you can check it out and open up a room. We just integrated sponsorship. I think that happened like 2 days ago, and we're doing like updates every day. So I think but there's a laundry list of like additional features that we are adding daily. So I think the builder one is the correct track for us. But I know we need to close this out. Dev Royal, if you have a quick question before we close this.
Yeah, my question, not really a question. I'm just reaching out. If we have like marketers on live on this space now, because talents we've passed MVP. We're just like testing out more features and like adding and iterating stuff. So we're trying to like reach out to guys who like come in as marketers to help us actually reach the target audience, because I'm a builder myself, so I'm not really the marketing person. So if we can get somebody who join the team as a marketer, it will really go a long way for us.
Wonderful. Well, I think that's one of the great things about these spaces. You never know who's listening. You never know who you're going to connect with. But always got to shoot your shot. But Evan, as we close this out, any final thoughts? Any final words?
That was a batched breakfast show, man. I think that was amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you for allowing us to do some batch, questions and answers here today. Hopefully, now that will help a lot of you guys who are thinking of, where to go with your project next, or have an idea on the tip of your tongue and you want to get things rolling. There's really options for for everyone, but the thing is, you'll need to act now. Do check out basebatches.xyz. There is some deadlines approaching us, so you're best positioned to go check it out and get things going as soon as possible. But no, thank you very much. Thank you for a great show, guys, and well done, everyone.
It was really, really great to get your insights on base badges and to have you more on the mic. So yeah, lots of fun today. And I just want to say to everybody, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you to our speakers. Thank you to everybody who retweeted the room, and special thank you to Evan and Build on Base for giving us the platform that we can highlight the builders. We host these breakfast shows every Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. UTC. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, but most importantly, stay based. Peace out, everyone.
All right, everyone. We shot our shot again at at another base batches space. And that's just how we do. We'll do the smallest stream possible. Then I got to get off and enjoy my morning. Maybe have some breakfast. I've been streaming and gaming and getting into spaces already for 2.5 hours. So it's 8:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm in the States in Florida. If you're in the UK or Nigeria, like a lot of our friends, it's a little bit later in the morning for you. Join me live right now. I'm doing a 5-minute match. Just hit quick play when you log in, and you'll get started with in the same match I'm in. Likely, gonna play with Moonsters. I haven't played with Moonsters yet. This is Copeville, the first meme shooter. Onchain. We're streaming live. Just got off a space with Base Junkie and the Build on Base profile for base about the base batches. And this is what we've submitted for base batches. This is Copeville. And we really hope base recognizes how much work we've put in, not just for a month. We're not showing up recently the last week and asking for a grant. We've been putting work in on base since April 2024. And this is the result, this meme shooter. We really want, guys, we can do a lot. We can implement this in the base mini app. We could have Farcaster integrations. We could have an entire map dedicated to base. We could have other projects join in, and we could do that complimentary. So the sky is the limit with funding from base. So if you like what you're seeing, if you've been with us for a while and you're locked in, you know that plebs are really base. Plebs are really build. Give base a shout out and let them know you want to see us take home a base build grant, base builder grant. So we have over I don't even know, I couldn't even guess how many projects we have shouted out via art. Hungry Degens is right here. All your base is right there. We've got a ton of projects. That's a retake broadcasting tower right there. Let me get somewhere safe. Base Chad is right here. Retake building. Retake building. Retake broadcasting tower. Still haven't heard anything from Bill on base. Does he know that Late Night on Base is the ticker on a wall here? On the fence here? We've got Base Peasy shout out. We've got Medicaid Max shout out. We've got Base God shout out. Fade now, weep later is the motto for a reason, everyone. It's been a good morning, productive morning for the builders. Hope we can see what we're building. Base Chad shout out. All your base shout out. Base Racer shout out. Million Bit. Shout out to Million Bit. Big love to Million Bit. Base Chad shout out. Vibe Market shout out. Good luck on your ripping your packs. All right, everyone. Let's go down the meme alley real quick. Oh. Big love to Base Topi. There's Base Topi over there. Look how base this game is. We're so base we've got the old logo on everything. You know what I mean? This is vintage base. Didn't. All right, everyone. Have a based and blessed morning. Big love. This has been Zerps and Perps streaming Copeville to X Retake YouTube. We'll see you guys next time.